Thank you there, Val. The economy as a whole is hurting, but that doesn't mean that everything is doing poorly on Wall Street.
Joining us with the 4 investments that are beating the market right now is Rob Stein, Senior Portfolio Manager at Chicago-based Astor Asset Management. I knew I was going to say that right.
He's also the author of the book,
twister.
The Bull Inside the Bear. Good morning.
Hi, guys.
All right, so we've been asking economic experts for weeks now, what do we do with our money? And you have some good ideas.
If you have any.
If you have any left.
It's a good time to invest?
Right. You know, it's always a good time to invest if you find the right sector to invest in. At our firm, we specialize in selecting ETFs, exchange-traded funds.
What are those?
Well, they look like mutual funds, but they trade like stocks. You can actually buy one and get a specific exposure to a sector. For example, you can buy the GLD, which gives you exposure to gold, or the XRT, which gives you exposure to all the retail stocks.
So does it minimize your risk because it's spread out even more than a mutual fund might be spread out?
It spreads it out not only amongst a large amount of stocks, but it takes away the selection process that the mutual fund manager has. They're not trying to find just the core group of stocks that are going to outperform. It's basically saying we just want the whole sector.
The whole industry, like healthcare. So exactly. Let's look at some of these.
So you're saying we want to deal with all gold or all retail, all these.
Right, or the XLF is all financial stocks. So maybe you don't get stuck with the clunkers.
So we have 4. The first one, retail XRT, is that right?
Yes, the XRT. That represents the retail sector. Kind of counterintuitive in a recession, but this sector is actually up for the year. It's performing very, very well. It's because consumer spending that dropped so significantly in the fourth quarter of last year can't stay down that far. There's going to be some spending by the people that are working.
It can't help but go up at this point.
There's going to be some spending.
Okay. And you say biotech.
Yes, the IBB. Biotech is a sector that got hurt in the fourth quarter of last year as well, but that's a sector that doesn't need the type of financing that the banking sector needs, and they're still going to be working on cures for diseases and still investing, and if they come up with one, as some of them are in the pipeline, I think this sector should do okay in spite of the economy.
All right, number 3, metals.
Yeah, as I mentioned, gold. It used to be a challenging thing to buy, and now you can purchase gold with an ETF, the GLD. You can buy it like a stock, and it moves in correlation to gold. What
about copper? You say, you know, I keep hearing about metal scrap dealers always looking for copper, but I mean, we're talking investing in copper is
good. Yes, there are indices that track copper as well. Copper is an industrial metal that will start to, if there's inflation and as the economy recovers, China's a big consumer of copper. You'll see this start to perform as well.
Let me just ask though, isn't gold though really valued high right now? Isn't that a bad thing to buy? Aren't the prices super high?
They're higher than they were a year ago. Okay. They're higher than they were at the beginning of the year. And I'm not suggesting that you move your entire portfolio into gold, but some exposure to gold will most likely outperform equities during the recession.
And utilities was the 4th one.
Yeah, the XLU. Utilities pay a dividend. It's a nice non-correlating asset to traditional S&P stocks.
So how do you track this on the newspaper? Just like any other stock?
They're listed like stocks. You can get them quotes on various stock ticker services. You can go to our website. They're as easy to track as stocks.
And are they as risky?
They have the same risk profile as stocks. Obviously, some of them are a little riskier, some of them not as risky. But you can target your investment decisions on a specific asset class. You want to invest in solar energy? There's an ETF for that.
You got to spend money to make money, I guess, Larry.
That's right. ETF. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Something my family has never done over the years.
Tell your dad to keep buying those condos in LaGrange. Great investment.
You never know. You never know. Something really could take off, Larry. Real estate.
Coming up, find out what automaker